Hey, how are y'all? So I am doing a video, not a live tonight, not a Facebook Live. That's how I've usually been doing my videos. So I know all y'all on YouTube, I get messages all the time, you guys miss my videos. I encourage you to go to our Facebook group and page. They're both the same name, Bees Bling Glitter and Blanks. Yes, we changed our name. Long story, lots of craziness, lots of drama, but it's all good now. We're excited, we're happy, and we're going strong. We hit, I think, 2,500 members or something like that in the group. So it's really been amazing, and all of you who have came from YouTube or went from Facebook to YouTube or whatever else, I just want to take a second and tell you guys how much I appreciate you. You guys are the reason that we are still running today. You're the reason that we've gotten so big, and why I literally work from sunup to sunup. And I'm grateful for every second of it, and it is all thanks to you guys and your amazing loyalty and your orders and everything else. And you guys have helped us grow with all the different products and additions to our website, and this is included in that. A new addition to our website. Lots of people are using that vinyl sand. It's like a paste, and you put it on your cup over a stencil, and you use a steel wool to do little tiny scratches around it, which that's all good and well. And for a lot of people, I've seen beautiful, beautiful tumblers. It works great. For me personally, we did a little test last Friday night in our Bees Bling Glitter and Blanks Facebook group, and on our page we did a live, and when I say we, I have a business partner. She is amazing. She is one in a million. Her name is Kathy. She came on board with us in, I think, January, and she is just the most amazing person to work beside, and she has kept that fire lit under my ass. And yes, I still talk like a sailor, but she has pushed me to my limits on a good way, in a good way. Anyways, so last week in our Friday Night Live, instead of Friday Night Lights like football, we call it Friday Night Lives. And last week we did a test between the final sand and a liquid matte finish concoction that I created. Mixed a few chemicals together to come up with a liquid form of this instead of the paste, because I kept hearing people say that, there's still little scratch marks, and I feel like it had to do with the fact that you had to use the steel wool a whole lot more with the paste. So Final Sand, again, for a lot of people, it's worked great. It's a great product, and it definitely opened a lot of new doors, and I'm so grateful for that. But we did this one with Final Sand, and I did a good 5-6 minutes of using the steel wool. I used the 0000. It's like the finest one that you can use, steel wool with that. And then I used our Bees NoMo Bling. Bees NoMo Bling. That's what we named it last weekend, and I was super excited about it. It's catchy, Bees NoMo Bling. And we did this one with Bees NoMo Bling. Same amount of time, 5-6 minutes. I did not finish taking off these little pieces because I'm going to pull them off and I'm going to strip the cup. But I wanted to be able to use it as a side-by-side for you guys. Okay. This was our experience. Final sand on this one, Bees NoMo Bling on this one. Again, personal preference, to each is their own. Nothing bad about final sand. It just wasn't my preference. And I wanted to find more of a liquid version. Something that sudsed up and covered a lot more ground without using a paste, gritty paste. It just felt better to me. And so far, Bees Bling customers are excited about it, and I hope you guys will be excited about it too. It is on our website, beesblinghive.com, beesblinghive.com. Use glitterbee15 or thank you 15 for 15% off of your first purchase. The first 100 customers who order the 4 ounce or the 2 ounce, so 100 of these, 100 of these. It comes in 4 ounce and 2 ounce. The 2 ounce is $3.75. The 4 ounce is $7. The first 100 customers will get a steel wool piece with their purchase, and it'll come in a little bag like this with a little spout. Okay, and it will also have. I haven't finished printing the second set of labels because I ran out, but it will have a QR code that when you scan that QR code, it'll take you straight to this video. So it'll help you guys be able to go right back to where you saw me do this so that you can follow along as well. So tonight I have a 20 ounce skinny, a Bees Bling blank. Again, we have tumbler blanks. Right now we have all skinnies. We're trying to get some new styles for Christmas and the holidays coming in. We've got over 200 glitter colors. We have, I think, 75 plus micas, chameleons, chromes, stuff like that. We've got color change glitter. We've got man glitter. We've got everything that you can think of. We have grown so much since the last time I posted a video on here, so I'm really excited about it. But I took a 20 ounce skinny Bees Bling blank tumbler and I painted it black, and I put my $1 Million Shine epoxy coat on it, and so it's all good, and it would be ready to go out the door if someone ordered a plain black stainless steel tumbler. Okay, it's of course got our Bees Bling Blanks logo on the bottom. This is just for my cup going out because this is actually someone ordered this. They wanted one in a 20 skinny like this. So this is someone's cup that's going to them. So I'm going to go ahead and clean off my cup real good, make sure that it's nice and clean. And then we're going to apply our stencil. The stencils you can find on beesblinghive.com in our digital files. If you would like them cut for you and sent to you, I am happy to do that as well. Those will be in our water slides and decals collection on our website. This one is a 20 skinny. It'll come just like this. Our 20 skinnies, all of our skinny cups are all taperless. So they're the same size all the way around, which makes them super easy to wrap like this. I think I actually cut off the end piece on this one a little bit too much. So that's going to be a little bit of an issue. But that's all right. We'll just go like this. We're just going to cut a little bit off the top, and then I can put that down the middle if need be. So it'll come just like this with the transfer tape already on it and ready to go for you guys. We also have printed water slides. We have lots of digital files as well. And our zebra print digital file is on the website, as well as our cheetah print. And I'm adding more as I go, making more every day. They're available in 20 ounce, 30 ounce, 35, and 12-ounce skinny. So they're all skinny styles right now. But it does come each, if you order the 30 skinny file, it comes with a PDF, an SVG, and a silhouette file. So you get all three in a zip file. And that same goes for all of our digital files. Whatever size you choose, you get it in all the different variations of file formats. Okay? So let's go ahead and put our this NoMo Bling, Bee's NoMo Bling is super easy to use. All you need is your sink or a bowl of water, a rag, your cup, obviously, with its final epoxy coat. Make sure to wait a good 12 hours after your final epoxy coat before you do this, simply because your vinyl stencil, if the epoxy is still soft, it could easily pull up the epoxy. That happened right, let me see here, where'd it go? It happened right there on this one. My vinyl decal or stencil pulled up the epoxy because the epoxy was still soft when I put it on there. So I've let this sit all day long. So we're gonna pull off our stencil here, and I'm going to tilt you guys down just a little bit. And we're going to just go like this. Okay, you're gonna fold it in half, kind of. Nope, that was not far enough down. Okay, and go ahead and just wrap that around. And like I said, I accidentally cut this piece off right here. So I'm just going to put some of these little pieces on. When I cut the vinyl, sorry about that, guys. Woo. Sorry, my little springy thing popped off. There we go. Anyways, when I cut the vinyl before I weeded it, apparently I cut the whole top, or the whole center off on accident. So, anyways, all right. So you're just gonna peel your transfer tape off. Lock this. Make sure your stencil is good and on there, though. You don't want it lifting when you go to sand with the steel wool. That's what I'm going to call it, when you sand it with the steel wool. You don't want your stencil lifting, because then it's not, then the pattern isn't seamless like this, if that makes sense. So far, this is what we got, okay? Let me fix the center piece right here. Hopefully I can fix it. Trying to figure out how I can do this without it looking funky. This is where the Frankensteining comes in, guys, because Usually it won't be like this. It'll be perfectly around. Alright, y'all. Give me just a second. I'll be right back. Alright, we're back. Had to make a quick adjustment there and print off the correct sizing. So, we put that back together all perfectly. Alright, so now that we're all good and back in line, we're going to move to our sanding step. So make sure you got your gloves, because these are chemicals. You never know what your reaction's going to be to them, and you definitely don't want to end up burning yourself or hurting yourself in any way. So you have your Bees NoMo Bling. Again, it's on the website. I'm using the 000 grit. I'm not using the super fine grit because I felt like I had to sand more with the super fine grit. I haven't tried the 000 yet, so we're gonna see how it works. I'm hoping it works well, and we'll go from there. My hair is a chaos mess. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, so because I'm doing this out here, I'm not going to take you guys inside with me. I want to reiterate, make sure that your decal is good and on there, okay? Because you don't want it lifting during sanding. Which is another reason you want to let your epoxy sit and make sure it's fully cured. For, you know, depending on what kind you're using, I used the quick coat. I used Stone Coat Quick Coat for this. It's a great in-between, or if you're not doing glitter or anything, you know, white or whatnot, it's great in general. It's like 2-hour drying time. I do still, of course, use my Pro Marine. Been using it for 5 years now. Not going to change yet. I'm not going to change what works well. But make sure that your decal is good and on there. Okay, you don't want it lifting. Alright, so I'm not going to open this. I just want to remind you guys, this is how it's going to come. The first 100 will come with a steel wool. If you're not part of the first 100, I'm sorry. I will sell the steel wool in 3 packs, 3 different grits, so that you guys can choose your own grit of sanding, or like how coarse it is. But you can also get them at Home Depot or Walmart or any hardware store, basic store really. It's just steel wool. It's the kind of stuff you use in your kitchen to clean. So, alright, we're going to point you down. So, we're going to go ahead and get our cup wet. Just a little. Okay. My steel wool here. Easy pop top. And we're just going to, oh, I'm sorry. Make sure that you shake. Okay. And you're just going to spread it on there, just a couple squirts. You don't need too much. Swish it around. You'll notice that it's gonna get sudsy. And then you're just gonna go like this. I'm gonna put a little bit on my steel wool. This is how I did it last time. Dip it in the water a little bit, and you're just gonna go in circles. You want to go upwards to where the points of your decal are. That way you're not pulling your decal downwards with you. And give it a little elbow. You gotta put some work into it. And you're gonna notice it's gonna suds up a lot. I like that because I know where I went over. I'm gonna take this off and hold it like this. Feel free to add more NoMo if you need or if you want, depending on your desired finish. Now, whatever this ends at is gonna be your final finish, okay? Because you can't put any more epoxy over it or you're gonna have to re-vinyl it, and you're gonna have to make sure you get your stencil on there exactly the same place that it was before. And it's kind of a bitch. I'm gonna kind of sit back. You don't have to be over the water. It's just there to wash off your areas if you want to see like what it looks like. I go over it for a good 3-4 minutes or so. And the other cool thing with NoMo Bling is you don't have to necessarily go in circles because it's not like a paste. So it's not super gritty and super like sandy. It's a liquid, so you can go up and down if you want to. It's honestly however you want it to look, or whatever's comfortable for you. So I'm gonna sit this down and I'm gonna get some water on it here and get my rag. I want to see what it's looking like so far. It will take a few minutes though. It's not going to take 3 minutes. It's not going to take 1 minute. It's going to take a few minutes of going back and forth over it, adding a little bit more NoMo, you know, until you get that desired look. I'm just drying it. But as you can see, it's starting to have that matte finish. Okay? Put that over here. I may need a new steel wool. Hold on 1 second. Mine's falling apart in my hand. Glitter all over it. Okay. Got me another steel wool here. And a cup. First I need to add some more NoMo. Still, I'm barely using very much at all. As far as how much NoMo is going on my steel wool for the entire cup. But I'm using my water to make it sudsy, but not too sudsy. Now, if you want it to go faster, you could X-nay the water and just use the NoMo over your cup. It still will suds up. I'll show you in a second. See, I didn't use as much water this time on my steel wool, and it's sudsing up a lot more, which is better because you get better coverage. I just needed something personally with my arm and my elbow because of my injury, my elbow. I needed something that was not going to need as much elbow pushing into it because I'm left-handed. Try and switch hands here. I'm not very good with my right hand when I'm doing stuff like this, but we'll see. Like I said, in total, you're probably going to spend about anywhere between 5 and 8 minutes probably going over it just to make sure that you have a full, that it's covered in every spot. You don't want random weird lines, you know. Plus, I'm super OCD, so I have to have it completely covered in. All right, let's see where we're at here. Take my water and just go over my cup with my rag. The 12 ounce was much smaller, so it seemed like a lot less time. I mean, it was, of course, but there we go. I'm seeing it now. Make sure you dry it off really good before you start peeling your stickers or your stencil, because you want to make sure, like when you dry it, you can actually see the little areas, like right there. You see that shiny spot right there? I need to go back over that. And if it's not completely dry, you're not going to see those areas. But now I can see the areas. Okay, so I can go back over just those spots and be content with it, right? Putting a little more NoMo Bling on my, I'm going to use the same sponge I was using, and I'm just going to go over, you see those little shiny areas right there? I'm going to go over those areas, and then I'll go over it one more time over the full cup, but I want to make sure that I get those spots that are shiny right now, and then I can go one last coat over the cup, the entire of the cup. You want to make sure you get the rim and the bottom of the cup, because those spots tend to get over, like looked over. So like I said, I did a live on this last weekend, guys, but I know that when I'm doing lives, it's a lot harder to focus on what it is that you're wanting to accomplish when there's crosstalk back and forth between me and y'all when you guys are commenting. So I wanted to make sure that I did a video where I'm solely doing this for you guys so that you can see just this being done with no other talking or conversing back and forth between anybody else. And I did it late at night so that I knew everyone was asleep. So no one's coming in here to bother me. Alright. We're going to go one last good time, or good spin over the whole thing, and I think we will be good to go. And yes, it's okay if pieces of your stencil come up. It's usually just the points. Especially when you're at the end like this, because, I mean, it's not going to do a whole lot. Now, the key with NoMo Bling, though, guys, is to get the suds. Okay? You want it to be sudsy. The sudsiness is what's going to give you the sandy matte finish. Or the, not sandy matte finish, the matte finish. Okay? The suds is the key to getting your matte finish with NoMo Bling. Okay? Alright. Let's dry this real quick. You probably use a blow dryer, it would probably go quicker. But I didn't bring my blow dryer out. Actually, honestly, I don't even know where it's at. Uh-oh. Missed a spot. Again, this drying part is not a necessity, y'all. I just wanted to do it so that I could peel the stickers off so you guys could see the amazingness underneath. One more little spot. Again, like I said, the lip at the top and the butt end of it down there at the bottom, those are the two spots that tend to get little pieces missed off of it the most. At least that's what I've noticed. Okay. Alright, let's move this thing out of the way. I'm going to take these gloves off. Set this to the side. And let's peel off our stencil. I'm excited. Once you get your stencil off, you're going to use rubbing alcohol or soap and water or both or whatever to clean off your stencil residue, obviously. I use whatever scrap vinyl I have sitting around. You guys can use whatever you prefer. I just use whatever I have extra of that day. or close in hand. Now, I didn't do as much with the final sand as I see lots of other people do in videos that I've watched. Shoot. That little piece come up there. It's okay, I can paint it. Anyways, I did not do as much time on my blue cup that I showed y'all with the final sand as I see lots of other people do. I simply did a X amount of time for both cups, the blue one and this black one. I did both the same amount of time on each cup to see where it was at with each product. That's all. I'm sure if you do more time with the final sand, it'll come off, or I mean, it'll obviously get a better finish or better completion or whatever. But for me, I just wanted a I just wanted X amount of time for each one, both having the same amount without being excessive. So I believe I did 6 minutes on each one, is what it came out at. Ah, I hate peeling up vinyl. Now, if you get your stencil off and you're not happy with the amount of matte versus the amount of gloss, you can always recut your stencil and put it back on the exact same spot. It's not like it's like a million trillion pieces. It's pretty, you know, basic as far as where the placement goes. If you cut them out exactly the way that the stencil is, lay it back on the cup exactly the way you did the first time, and wham bam thank you ma'am. You can always go back over it with more NoMo Bling to get the desired finish, as you can with any glitter, epoxy, whatever, you know. How pretty is that? And I haven't even cleaned it up yet. So I'm going to take my rag with some rubbing alcohol that I'm almost out of. And I'm just gonna clean up my cup. It'll look like it's taking that matte finish off, but it's not. You just want to make sure that you don't have any vinyl residue left on there. Always make sure though, whenever you give your cups to your customers, that you give them the care card specifically for the matte tumblers. I will, I'll send one with each NoMo Bling order, and you guys can then customize it and make your own from there. You just want to make sure that they don't use any like sponge with like scratchy sponges. You don't want them to use that because it will affect the look of the cup. So you just hand wash it with soap and water, and that's it. You can use essential oils to clean it off on the outside. Of course, you can clean your inside with a bottle brush or whatever you want to clean the inside with. But the outside you want to be very careful with. The types of stuff that you use to clean it is what I mean. Not like super careful as in like you can't clean your cup. Obviously you can clean your cup. Alright. And I'm gonna get my lid on there because I want you guys to see it completely. Alright, so there we go. Matte black zebra tumbler with Bees NoMo Bling. Looks pretty awesome, right? And I mean, honestly, took a total of what, 20 minutes, 25 minutes start to finish, minus obviously the painting and the epoxy of the tumbler, but 20-25 minutes, depending on the size of the cup, pretty quick. Pretty awesome look, different, fun, and Bees NoMo Bling is, I mean, personally, I think, see, I fill it up to right here, and we used about that much. Just a tiny bit of that 2 ounce. I mean, imagine how far this will go if we just did the 20 ounce with this. And it was a very small amount. You don't need a whole ton. So it will go a long way. And the 2 ounces the 2 ounce bottle is only $3.75. 4 ounce bottle is $7. And of course, you can go to beesblinghive.com and use ThankYou15 or GlitterBee15. Both codes will only work once. I'm giving you guys both codes because you guys can utilize both codes if you'd like. They do not work on the Bees Bling blanks, so they don't work on the stainless steel tumbler blanks, and they do not work on our monthly mystery boxes. They work on everything else but those two things. Those are excluded from any coupon, no matter what the amount, small, big, anything like that, unless it is specified for those items. So go to beesblinghive.com and use ThankYou15 or GlitterBee15 and get 15% off of your order. No minimum purchase, big or small, whatever you want. Make sure to go to Facebook and follow us, Bees Bling Glitter and Blanks. Bees Bling Glitter and Blanks. Facebook page. It's a business page, as well as our group, Bees, Bling, Glitter, and Blanks Facebook group. They're both the same name, so it makes it easy. Follow the page, join the group. Of course, we still have Craftaholics and Glitter Addicts as well. We're a vendor in multiple groups on Facebook that we share in our groups so that you guys can join those as well. We have lots of fun. I'm sorry I don't post more on YouTube for y'all, but I will do my best to try and post videos more often. They're just usually live videos that I've saved, so there's lots of talking in there that you have no idea what's going on. So, yeah. I hope you guys decide to try out Bees NoMo Bling. I'm excited about it. I'm excited at the cost. It's cost effective. It's not back ordered. You can get it quickly. I do my best to ship out within the next day, if not a few days. This last week I was super sick, so that was a little different situation. But yeah, if you guys haven't tried us out, go check out our website, beesblinghive.com, beesblinghive.com. You'll find more there than you can possibly dream of needing. I guarantee if we don't have it, send us a message and we will get it for you. That's where this came from. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys love Bees NoMo Bling, and I hope you try it out. I love y'all, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.